Hello again and welcome to the 22nd floor for some more Football Spy online. 6 days to go and over £100 million has been spent, and not, thankfully, on just one player. Yet still the really big players haven't weighed in yet. The tiresome Andre Arshavin saga rumbles on. He's clearly going to sign for Arsenal. It's just a question of when. And I want to draw your attention to this piece in the Telegraph regarding Arsenal. Desperate Man City's Michael Richards, they say, has ruled out a move to Arsenal. But it's not quite true. He said on his own website that he's flattered at being linked with the Gunners, but very happy at City, which is what you'd expect him to say, really. I think it might be a very different situation if Arsenal actually made a move. Then we'd find out what he really thinks. Robbie Keane still dominates the papers today. A number of you are asking whether he'd go back to Spurs. I'd be amazed if he did. It would represent a spectacular embarrassment for him if he were to go back there with his tail between his legs after demanding to leave last summer. Like we told you yesterday, though, the papers believe he was a Rick Parry signing rather than a Rafa Benitez signing, which is why he's apparently feeling the deep freeze. Time for your messages, and on the Mirror's Football Spy blog, I like this from Jane. She says here, "Hey Darren, can't wait to see how the window ends up closing. If you were Benzema at Lyon and you had to pick between Man U and Real Madrid, who would you pick and why? It seems that these two are the clubs he's likely to pick from, or will super rich Man City hijack this one too?" Well, first of all, no, I don't think City will hijack this move. Benzema's already said that Real and Man U are the clubs he likes. I think he'd fancy his chances more of displacing Raul from the team at Real. Rooney's pretty much plays whenever he's fit. United see Berbatov as the next Eric Cantona. What do you think, Jane? Let me know. Now, Darren Rocks My Socks is a regular. He says, "Hey Darren, love the show. Is there any news on Giovinco at Juventus?" Well, when you've got players like Nedved and Del Piero, who was outstanding as they beat Fiorentina last Saturday, it's no surprise that young players can't get into the side. Sebastian Giovinco is a young attacking midfielder who West Ham looked at but was told they couldn't have. With the window closing soon, I wonder if Giovinco's agent, who ruled out the move earlier this month, might change his mind. But boy, better know. I hope I've answered your Micah Richards question already. And to Daniel Magnuson, I think the best striker in British football has been Alan Shearer. I'm sure some of you disagree with that. Let's hear some of your views. And no, I don't think desperate City are about to try and lure Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Some news in brief for you, and the Independents say that Sunderland are in talks to sign the West Ham defender Callum Davenport, whose £3 million move to Bolton collapsed earlier this month. The Indies also say that Bolton are hoping to beat off competition to sign Sporting's midfielder Miguel Veloso, but would need to make a club record bid of between £12 and £13 million. I'm fairly certain that if any bigger club saw that Sporting were willing to sell, they would move in. This is bizarre in the Mail. Reading midfielder James Harper's poised to join Middlesbrough in a £5 million transfer this week. Quite what James Harper's ever done to command a £5 million fee, I've got no idea. Way too much money for me. And Newcastle are also interested in the Rennes right-back Rod Fanny, as Aston Villa and a number of other Premier League clubs. That's in the Telegraph. Some more of your messages, and on YouTube, Southern Fanball wants to know if Flamini could be on his way back to Arsenal. Can't see it myself. Wouldn't be good business for the Gunners to buy back a player they let go on a free last summer. Timmers is actually a friend of mine, wants to know my thoughts on Darren Bent. I actually don't think he was a flop, as many people have suggested. He does score goals, and in the right club he will prove it. I think his next club will be Sunderland, actually. They tried to get him last summer. I think they'll be back. And the last word goes to Mohammed, who thinks Heskey to Villa for £3.5 million is, to quote him, a snip in this era of financial madness. He also wants to know who Villa will sign next, which leads us neatly back to the papers, because the Sun say that Villa want Wigan defender Paul Scharner for £6 million. He plays right back. And if they get him, it will mean Rio Koku can move back into midfield. The Stars say that Newcastle are closing on the Toulouse right-back Albin Ebondo. And our own Daily Mirror says that Blackburn are interested in Valencia's 6'8" striker Nikola Zigic, currently on loan at Racing Santander. I'm off to see if Prince Harry needs a shoulder to cry on. Anne's in the spy office waiting to update you on all the breaking news. Keep your messages and emails coming in, and I'll see you next time.